Hello everybody, welcome to this new episode. In today's video I would like to introduce you to desktop development with Java. We're going to be using Eclipse and Postman, and the application that we're going to do is very simple. We're going to create a small window and a button. When you press that button, the application will make a API call, a request get call to the API of Facebook. It will return a JSON object. We're going to stringify it and display it on the window. So this application can be run on any platform which uses Java. You can run it on Windows or Linux or Mac, as long as you have the Java runtime running there. So let's get started. The first thing that we need to get started is to have Eclipse, of course, and you just have to make sure you have the Luna repository. If you don't have the Luna repository, you have to add it by providing this address here, this URI or URL, and just name it. Right? Once you have this repository added, just make sure you select it so it will load all the corresponding components here. And if you scroll down to general purpose tools and display this option and scroll down, you will see that there are a couple of components which start with SWT. Also swing, you will start by swing designer selected, and everything which is prefixed by SWT we will be also selecting, as well as the window. Everything which is prefixed by the word window you will select, then hit next, accept all the license and stuff, and then will be set for development with swing. So the next thing that we're going to do is we create a project. Let's call this project Facebook connection. Okay, everything can be left as preset. I don't want to create a module for this, so don't create a module. Next, from the source directory, you hit on new order and select from Windows Builder Swing Designer application window. Hit on next, give it a name. Let's say face. That'll be the name for my Windows application. I click on finish, and you will be presented with this code here. If you click on the tab design, you will see that there's a blank little window, right? So here's where we start designing our GUI. So the first thing that I want to do is just add a button. As I said at the introduction, this button will be called face, just for the demonstration. And I would like to add some text area. In the text area I want to display the response, so I just set a response text right there. Then we're gonna test this application. So far we already created an application, a graphical application, right? So I'm going to go into run configurations. If you head on to Java application and hit double click on the Java application, you will see the face here. Include system libraries when searching for main class. Okay, apply and run. So now okay again, and right now my application just pop up in the other window, but this is what we just made. You see, little application. This same application you can also once you close the Eclipse, you could also easily run from the command line by just copying this code from here. Actually, I could have copied, but anyways, and you can just paste it somewhere, hit enter, and again it just pops up in my other screen. But that's another way to run this application, right? So that's pretty nice. Now we're going to do something different, or something nicer. We're going to add some more functionality to it. We're going to connect with Facebook. So I have opened here the Explorer, right, of Facebook, and if I click on obtain code, I will take the curl version, copy it. I will open, maybe I can do it directly on the Postman. I have the Postman here. Okay, I will add a new request into my library. So Facebook connector, and right here I will just get rid of the curl portions and the quotes. If I hit send, we'll see the response, right? So the cool thing about Postman is that if you go into this code little button here, display it, you can select a wide variety of programming languages, and I'm gonna choose Java OK, right? So I copy this Java OK, or let's wait a little. Let's go into back to Eclipse. So now from Eclipse, from source, I have this package right here. So inside this package I will create a class, and this class I will call, let's give it a name, color, or just FB colors, because I could expand it and probably, yeah, add more stuff there. And that's it, finish. So now we have this here, and here I will create a function or a method that will return the response of that call that we're going to implement in just a while. So this is going to be a public static string that will be the returned, and let's say basic, let's call it basic. It will return just the basic thing returned, just to, okay, that's good. So here inside this method we're going to add what Postman is giving us. I copy this, and right here I will add this. Plop. Now we see that the code is showing errors. That is because we don't have the library, right? We don't have this OK stuff. So if we go on Google, for instance, we can just the library or the jar, we can search for it. Oops, I have this in there. So there are plenty of places where you can download it from it. You can just click on download. I actually already did, but I just want to walk you through the process, and I just unpack it, and that's what is inside, right? OQ, HTTP, whatever. We have these 5 jar files here containing in this library, right? So next thing, we go back to Eclipse. From the jar library stuff, you right click and go into configurable path. Just close these things, go into the clouds path, add external jars, and you can add all those contents, all the contents of the jar that we just downloaded. Okay, apply this, apply and close. So now Eclipse knows how to locate those libraries, and it will suggest you by just clicking on these error little things. It will show you the import option. Double click on the import, go to the next, double click in the import, go to the next, double click on the import, and again it's telling you unhandled exception type IO exception. So click on it, and you can surround it with try catch. So now we silence all those errors. So far so good. So we have here, this response is what is actually making the call to Facebook right now, and we're going to return the response, right? Response, we need, from this response we need a body, and that body needs to use the string method. Very important, not toString but string method. So that's pretty much it. And response, whatever. So the thing is, it should work right now, and what we need to do now is integrate this with our window application, right? I will save this, and now if I double click on the call button and I go over here, we have this text. So the method that is setting the text onto the window is this one right here, right? So I need to initialize this before I call it, so I can process it. So I will set it right up here, and I will make sure that this will be set. Well, it will be set at the beginning before we call, and we can reset it once we call with the button. So the button is here, the button called face, and right here inside this method, right inside this method, we're going to set the response again, but this time we're going to invoke from our class. We're going to invoke this method face colors, right? So we call the class is face colors, fb colors, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. And we have some method right there called basic, which returns a string, right? So that should be it. Now if we run the application again, my application again popped up at the other end, and if I press on the call button, now we see that we obtained the exact same response as we are obtaining from the Explorer. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed. If any questions, just let me know, and have a good day. Cheers.